specific tense. But conjugation is not quite exactly that easy. Conjugation is not that quite exactly what? That easy. You got it right. And so the very first thing that we gotta know in order to conjugate, it's something that we call subject pronoun. Pronombres de sujeto. Say with me, pronombres de sujeto. And so in Spanish, anytime that we conjugate, we're going to use this chart, which is kind of like a tic-tac-toe chart, of course, but this time it's for Spanish. And so this is the way it works. I say yo, which stands for I. Yo, that's right. And then I have tú, with an accent on the U, which stands for you, but it's you informal. Yo, tú, yo, right? And so in this last one, I say él, ella, and usted, sometimes abbreviated as UD. Él, he, ella, she, usted, you, but it's you formal. Okay? And so, right over on this side, I say nosotros, or nosotras, if it's all females. And this one stands for we. Nosotros. This one really stands for vosotros. However, vosotros is used in places like Spain. And so for our class purposes, we will be crossing it out and Xing it because we're really not going to be using it, okay? On this side, then we have everything that is plural and opposite to this. So if él is he, then we have ellos, which is they, ellas, them, and ustedes means y'all, or you all, formal, okay? And so then when we look at this chart, because I know that it looks like a lot, some people are like, what? Okay, we come to see a couple of things. First of all, everything on this side of the row is singular, meaning it applies for one person and one person only. Anything to this side is what I call plural for more than one. Notice when I say yo, I'm only speaking about one person. Notice if I was talking about you and me, I would say nosotros, and now I'm using a plural form. Because saying me and you, one and one, is two, correct? And so notice here, anything that I have going this way will be called first person, primera persona. Anything that I have going down this way will be called segunda persona. And anything that I have going down this way would be third person. Okay. But notice here, I have said but. There is something that you should know. There is a trick behind this. In real life, don't tell anybody. This is our secret. In real life, okay, usted and ustedes, which stands for you all, abbreviated UDS, okay, really go up here. Shh. What are you trying to say, Miss B? They belong to second person, okay? Okay, so we're going to pretend that we have all of this packed down. Wait, we got all this packed down. So now that we have all of this packed down, let us start with some conjugation. And the very first conjugation that we're going to do is going to be for regular verbs. It's going to be for what? Regular verbs. Wait a minute, you lost me. What exactly does it mean for a verb to be regular? Well, we said a couple things. So we said a verb is a what? It's an action verb. A verb is made out of how many parts? Dos. Two, right? And so we want to figure out that if a verb is made out of two parts, for example, let us go back to the very first verb. That was the verb amar. Por ejemplo, amar a Brad Pitt. Okay, so notice here, when I take the because it ends in an R. Then the next step is identifying the ending. In this case, is the last two letters, right? And then I told you everything that I'm left with, right, is my stem or my root. And so what I do when it comes to conjugation is I quickly do my short. I'm left with am. And so it is said to be a regular verb because the only thing that I'm doing here is I'm getting rid of this ending. Throwing it to the trash, right? And so when I come here in the present tense, remember again when we talk about present tense, I talk about the color verde, okay? I'm going to conjugate this one. I'm going to say, yo amo. Tú amas. Él, ella y usted ama. Nosotros amamos. Vosotros, who cares? And I say, ellos, ellas y ustedes aman. So a verb is said to be regular when the only steps that we have to take into consideration is finding the ending, in this case is AR, belongs to first conjugation. Then all I do is get the leftovers and apply new endings. In this case, if you look closely, o, as, a, amos, and an are my real endings for any regular AR verb in the present tense. Miss, I don't trust you. What are you trying to say? Okay, so help me out. Let us find another verb that ends with AR. So for example, the verb hablar. Anybody knows what the verb hablar means? Exactly, to talk or to speak. So notice here, when I take the verb hablar, again, I identify that it ends in an R. Please excuse my R, it's kind of deformed, but it's an R. Okay? And so I find the ending, which is the last two letters, right? I identify that I have a stem or my root, and what am I left with? Hablo. And so notice here, yo hablo, I speak. Tú hablas, you speak. Él, ella y usted habla. Nosotros, me and you, hablamos. Ellos, ellas y ustedes hablan.